Why are American house walls so thin and fragile? In the Midwest, tornadoes will destroy a brick house almost as readily as a wooden house. The wooden house is much faster, cheaper, and easier to repair. People make their houses out of what is cheaply available. Wood is a very strong material, and it is very cheap in America. Boob lights are everywhere, not because they are stylish or trendy, but because they are super cheap. In Florida, our regulations changed decades ago. Our houses are now made from cinder blocks. You can see the difference when hurricanes come at us. The aftermath will have older houses obliterated while other ones are still standing. It's not a random chance of destruction. It's just newer houses with up-to-date regulations. Go look at Fort Myers Beach before and after Hurricane Ian to see what I'm talking about. I am migrant as well. I came from a country where houses are built with brick and concrete. Americans' houses are sufficiently strong to withstand various natural disasters because typhoons are not the only problem. Wood is very good building material, and the only reason my birth country doesn't use wood more. Because we don't have it. We used to have more wood, but we used it up to build things. Deforestation is not a problem in USA like it is in other countries. I would not want my house in USA to be built the way houses are built back in my birth country. It is too hard to update wiring, plumbing, harder to insulate, harder to modify. In today's world, people's needs change very often, so do houses. Again, I am migrant myself. It is okay to ask questions. But there is no reason to be condescending in your questions, since apparently you don't know much about building industry to begin with. Brick buildings don't last on fault lines. So here on the West Coast, it would be wildly unsafe to live in a brick home versus a more flexible wood home. It's cheaper and more readily available. My in-laws are immigrants and in the past had built a beautiful house in their home country out of marble and granite. My so and I, along with my in-laws, built our houses recently, and my Phil was shocked how much a brick house would cost. The materials required, i.e. brick, marble, granite, etc., cost so much to import it causes the price to be absurd. Next time a typhoon hits Philly, I'll let you know how that went, lol. Where in US are you? Thin-walled, flimsy housed without insulation are common in warmer places like Southern Europe and Australia too. Brick houses aren't earthquake safe. What kind of material do you think will stop a typhoon? Internal walls are weak, except for load-bearing walls. External walls are solid. Because wood is cheap, durable, and easy to repair, upgrade. Dealing with a leaking pipe in a concrete wall is complicated compared to plaster. Many American homeowners have a big bag of tools and will do their repairs themselves. Because you don't need expensive tools or high expertise to do the majority of repairs, upgrades. In American homes, it's cheaper, there's a large supply of it, and usually it serves its purpose just fine. Just because the walls are thick stone doesn't mean they are strong. The walls in Turkey were concrete and brick. You guys literally have typhoons over here and you decided to make your walls weak? By far the bulk of damage from typhoons and hurricanes is flooding. Stronger walls are not going to help with that. Yes, many typhoons spinning around these parts. By weight, wood is stronger than concrete. Wood is also more pliable than concrete, which makes it better for withstanding certain loads. I swear this question gets brought up all of the time here. Can we pin this or something? Did you live in a cold country? You don't specify where you came from, but in Europe house walls are traditionally thicker to trap heat. Some parts of the USA are cold, but most are at a latitude similar to the Mediterranean. Also, some parts of the USA have tornadoes. Compare how Japan also uses lightweight materials because an earthquake could see them falling on your head. Wood is more available, cheaper, easier to transport because of weight, and it regrows. Wood is easier to insulate. Most masonry that is insulated here just has wood on the inside anyway. Most brick houses in the US are just brick veneer. That means it's a wood house with brick covering. The wood is all the structure and bearing. The brick is just a covering. It's barely attached and supports the house pretty much zero. Houses in the US that are brick have double and triple layers of bricks. Sometimes they use CMU blocks or clay tiles as a layer under the exterior layer of brick. That's a lot more material to pay for. They also build CMU houses covered with siding or something else. CMU blocks have a horrible insulation R value. They also absorb water like crazy. Even more than bricks do. Super easy to build a wood wall and insulate it. Anyone can do it with tool skills. Laying masonry is much more of a skill. If you insulate masonry wrong, you create a moisture problem. That could result in the bricks getting brittle in some climates with freeze, thaw. Wood walls are super easy to repair. Masonry are not. Source: I work at a residential architectural firm in a freeze-thaw climate.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.